Come on, lucky computer. Come on, lucky computer. Work for me. Come on, lucky computer. Work for me. Lucky, come on. Am I going to get lucky today? Am I going to get lucky today? Am I going to get lucky today? Wow, I said 6:15. It's not even 6:15. But am I going to get lucky today? My computer, oh my God, it works right now. They take things down. They don't. I'm saying they do it. Who are they? Well, those I don't know. Could be robotics. Does it make a difference to me? The minute you call some establishment in which is using the either the hello, I'm a human being, or 1 moment, please. Please hang up now. Dial 1 if you want. So who you're dealing with, right? So it's the same for me. Who are they? I don't care who they are. Let's call them the operators. Does it matter? Are you being judgmental? Have I put you on a level of a difference between categorization? I categorized you. Is that good? Let's continue from the last video. For those who were here, we're only one of us. So in the last video, we were talking about number 23. I don't remember what the whole context was, but the 23 is what I was talking about, and I talked about Mars. And here's what happens. Here's what happens. Okay, this numeric value is Mars. This one is the letter W. This is the letter O. It also means 1/4 of 60 seconds on the clock. 1 part of 60 of 100. 60. 160% because it is the whole clock and 60% of the clock. It's the whole clock and 60% of the clock. What is the value of the clock? Because isn't that what it's like when the hand is going around the clock? When the hand is going around the clock, the small hand goes to here, right? And the long hand, I don't know where it goes to. Maybe the long hand goes the distance of here. Those would be the 2 times on the clock, right? They can't go to here because then it would be out here, right? If it would go to here, this would be 1, 2 that has a tail on it. So if we count the tail being on this side, maybe it would come over here, and the only way to find the center is to stretch it out this way. So I'm trying to figure out how do we create our rounds using these squares. You always got to use squares, and inside of the squares is a round. It's just the way geometrics work. It's not me. This has nothing to do with me. I do nothing but play games. They let me create the delta angle. The delta angle, you see that? You see that? We're going to just show you how it is. It's you take that and you go like that, and then you go all the way down there. No, well, no, sorry. You go all the way down there and you follow it down there. This was something else. You know, this is like getting a part of the pie. Or does it look like more of the part of the pie? So I'm just trying to figure out how is the building dropping off in the back. Can I drop it off in the back? Not really sure. Can I drop it off in the back and do that for the building? And all of a sudden I'm just trying to see, take this point here. Oh, I think it's like take that point there, and now you create the markings this way, and then you would create the markings, I think, this way. And now we have this great big tower that's running up somewhere over here. That great big tower. We're gonna forget about that other piece. Like we said, firstly we had a piece of the pie and a piece of cheese, and now we've got, anyways, there was something else that came from that. I don't know what I was talking about or why. So what I'm going to do is go back here from the last video. The 23 and the 15 will both create the same numeric value, but one will create it from a square and the other one will create it from a diamond. We have to figure out who the square is, right? or X gets the spot. So the square is going to get a value of 24. But it also is going to get a value of 10. Which one do we want to use? But to create it, 6 times 4, 6 plus 4 equals 24 equals 10. 24 minus the 10 equals 14 in this case. So we're going to look at it from two sides of different things. You see, when 1 and 2 comes together in the same equation, this is where your 38 will come in. I'm not sure if you're going to count the 38 or the 34. Adding 1 and 2 together, adding 4 and 4 together, because I think there is a law. I didn't create it. I just remember thinking about it possibly that sometimes, like this is the minutes, right? The minutes and the seconds. If the 30 was the 20 minutes and 10 minutes and 4 minutes and 6 minutes. Anyways, I'm not really sure where I'm going with this, but the equation of this will create the total of 34 or minus the equal to 14. So DC, okay, which creates the church and the spirit, also creates birth and DNA from the sun. That's what this one is saying over here. This one also relates and has a correlation to the 16 value, which can be inverted to 19. So let's just go directly at 19. Sorry, at 16. Now I'm just trying to remember where I was going with this. Just give me a second. What was the 16? It was P. Yes, the 16 or 91. 1 is the spirit, 161 is the church, and again, it is 60 parts of the whole. What is that whole? Is it 100 or is it actually 90? Don't forget, you have to have your tail. 90, one of the other reasons I choose 90, it's got to be in between something, but not because of that. I think it's got to be actually 96. The 4 corners on the last one would make it 100, 97, 98, 99, 100. We can't use those last 4. So you don't use the last 4 or the first 4. Do not use, or do not use. Start at 5, end at 96. 9 plus 6 equals to 15. 9 times 6 equals to 54. The sun and Mars, and 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 will create 5 and 4. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5. 1 plus 5, the diamond. 1 plus 5 equals to 6. 2 plus 3, the diamond. 2 times 3, the square, equals to 6. So 23 square to 15 diamond is your 66. This is where Corona, the beer, comes in. Corona beer comes into this factor here. It means 1 of. The addition, 1 plus, the multiplication on this side now, okay, gives me the 5, multiplication square, to the multiplication, to the addition, diamond. So they intertwine the diamond and the square. And when's the first time you can get these diamonds? I didn't finish this one over here. See, there's an empty space in the center. So how does the square get its own diamond? Well, it gets its own diamond, okay, when 4 diamonds create the corner, an automatic diamond is created in the center, the same size as every other diamond. Now, how are we going to design this? This is a mirror, a replica. Should I be using it as the arrow system, like the fish, like the angel fish going in one direction? Do you follow me? The angel fish, do you see it? And then you're splitting 8. You see the way this design is splitting 8? By the way, don't forget that any V you see can be the 22nd letter or 5, okay? V and X, 5 and 10. Let's not forget it. So it becomes E and J comes together. And I didn't do reverse alphabet. But the reverse alphabet is Q in this situation. but they come together not only here, but they come together in the Roman numeral over here. The 24th letter in the alphabet is X. The Roman X equals 10. 10th letter J. Let's say J for Jack. Not only that, but the 10, the Jack, the Queen, and the King in blackjack are all tens. It's all tens. These are all your duplicates. Your only tens are 1 and 9, 2 and 8, 3 and 7, 4 and 6, 55. 55 becomes a 1. Your area 51, 551. I don't know why it's like that, but whatever it is, that's 11. 155. Where is that 55 road? The cycle, the spirit, the creation of the gateway, and Zion, Israel. Also, 2 times 23 equals 46. And there's another word, a very special word that goes with this. It's back in my videos. By the way, Zion is 64. Zero. I'm not really sure where else, how far I'm going to go. And I'll use the number of that direct post because that will create DC. Okay. And I will minus what 10 value is. 10, 0. I'm going to just put 1 over here. And this would equal to 25. And that would be Jack. Jack 10 is that answer. And this is B and E coming together. So this is what would end the last video for whoa. Sorry, for whoa. As in, hey, whoa, you said to your horse, and whoa, you said to the woman. Whoa, you said to the whoa man. The whoa is actually valued at 38. 3 plus 8, 11. This is 38. 23 and 15, 38. 23 and 15, 38. And man is 28. The total is 66. So when you create it, you now connect your 66. Your multiplication from W gets the square. Square, in order to create this is not the square we get. This is the square we get. This is your first multiplication square we get. This is 4 of those squares that you need because you're using up. Look what the diamond uses up. The diamond uses up 4 areas. You have to create 1, 2, 3, 4 squares in order to create that. And not only that, if you also want, you can create and be the single square with all the other squares around you, taking this to another level of thinking. 1 and 60%. 1 and 60%. I'm just trying to think what is the full value of this thing. In the center of Rubik's Cube, there's a 6 spindle. So the total value of each one of these is 10. And that will equal to 90. And it is a 6 spindle. So I always call 0 6, and it's a 6 spindle. And the O is supposed to be valued at 15. 1 plus 5 equals to 6. So I usually create this as 96, but it's he said, she said. So I don't think I want to get into that, but I could. But this one single side here, because of the value I gave the X, and also in bowling, we give the value of this as a 10. And the value of this line going across is a 5 value. See, this is the X is a 10 value, and the V is Roman numerals for 5. It's also telling you that this line, okay, is what they call the spare. And this line, or colored in like this line, the full box. They usually call it a strike. So I'm trying to, right now, I would break down the realities of what's going on. I don't have the equation for this yet. I don't know what I'm going to put together for this yet. I'm just showing you how darken, how an X, this, even though it's a value of, even though it's a value of 10 in bowling, you get to get your next 2 shots, right? You took 1 shot and you get 2 shots. In this one, you took 2 shots and then you get 1 shot. So this is, I call this your 5 because it was 5 and 5 to create 10. Or how about 6 and 4, 10, 5 and 5, 10? Or is this 1 and 9, 10? No, this would be 5 and 5, 10. Perfect strike. What would we call this one? Anyways, whatever it is, I now have to go ahead and have to look at my spare tire. Spare tire means I got a spare because I had an extra one there. I had a spare tire in the trunk. And a strike is I had a strike. Could be in baseball, you need 3 strikes, right? In baseball, well, in bowling, 3 strikes go together also. Isn't it funny that in baseball you get a strike, you can strike out. But when you're bowling and you get a strike, you knock all the pins down. And when you go on strike in front of for the business or whatever it is, when people go on strike, what strike is that? So first we struck 10 and we had a chance to get more if we threw 2 more strikes. Then we were in baseball. We had 1 strike. We had a chance to see the first pitch. We might know what they're actually thinking now. And that was a strike in baseball. And you had 2 more before you were put out. If you're in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and there's a strike, that's not good. But if you're looking to light one up and you need to strike a match, that would be okay. But if you're looking to strike somebody, that ain't nice, that ain't fair. You should stop someone from striking you. For all the things that lightning brought down a strike, how many times will lightning strike if lightning strikes you once? We started off with 1 strike, just thinking of 1 word. Back in time. Before the creation, BC. Before creation, before 2 and 3, before W, it was 1 and 2. And before it was 1 and 2, it was 1 and 1. And that's why we have 1, 5, 1, 6, 1, 5, 1, 6. Each a part of each other. Number 23 and number 15. This and this will both create the orphan child. It will talk about Morpheus. It will tell you about 5775, and I can show it to you. Just take your computer right now. All you got to do is say to Google, say, hey, Google, take me to orphan roulette. And away Google goes, and we go over to the images. Whoop, on Google roulette. Hold on a second. And we go to the images on orphan roulette. Whoop, hold on a second. And we see right over here, it says, I don't know if you can see it. It says orphelin. This is in French. It says orphelins. Morpheus, orphelins. I don't know if you can count that. Let me, oh, maybe one of these pieces of work. Oh, there it is. Can you see that? Can you see that? See, it says it right here. 1776. 17 plus 34 equals 51. Mars plus 6 equals 57. Add 6 on the other side of 1. Add 6 on the other side of 1, and the other side, boom, 1. 20 and 34, 54 the sun, 14 and 17 on the other side. Then I can reverse it. 9 and 17, 31 and 34, 14 and 6. And just keep reversing these numbers, trying to see if they do anything. 8, 7, 6. In the deck of cards, it's the same. 1, 2, 5, memory. 1, 2, 5, 4, 5, 1, 4. Memory in the sun. 1, 2, 5, 4. 1, 2, 5, 4, 9. Birth. The birth inside the birth spirit from the sun. 51 Mars. 23 creation of DC. Coming together of 45. Well, hold on a second. No, skip the first two, skip these two. Coming from the sun is DC. This one will create the spirit. This one will create the birth. This one will create 19. This one will create 29. Remember when I do my situations, 13 will create this one here. This one will be recreated from number 23. Do the math. 14 and 23 now work into each other. And I think I wrote that down over here, but I'll have to prove it, that 14 and 23, what they have in common. 2 times 3. And Mr. Messer, I need to understand much better. I really don't see what you see, and I know you see a lot because I sense it, I vibe it. I can almost make things out, but I just can't complete it. It's very frustrating for me, and it hurts me to think so hard. So this is 4 and 5. So 4 times 5 is 20. 4 plus 5 is 9, equals 29, minus 9 equals 11. 6 times 5. 6 times 5 equals to 30. 5 plus 6 equals 11. 30 plus 11 equals 41. 4 and 1. 4 and 1. 23 creates the sun birth. 29th day in February. It was a brewery. In the 14th day, which is the first half, 14 days. 15 days was the second half. 14 and 15 days, first and second half. Do you ever see this before? 3.14 pi. 3.14, right? 3.14, 15, 9265. 3.1415, 9265. 11, 11, 11. What the first two do, creating 29, 2 and 9 is 11, is what the first two do together to create the 11, 11 on 2 different district bands, in which the first one comes, this 29 comes out of number 14, and this 51 is from number 15. To total, they are number 29. And obviously, they are going to connect with 19. Anyways, this answer would be 318. This answer, you think, would equal to 48, equaling the sun buy and sell, creation of day and night, because of what number 48 does. And these two actually come together to equal 39, the value of 10. These two come together, 2 and 9 and 1 and 9. 9 and 9, 18. 2 plus 9, 3. 1 and 8, 1 and 8, 9. And then this one remains a 3. The other way to do this is there was something else in this. Yes, the multiplication of this one over here would be 18, 3 and 18. Okay, and the 1 times 8 would be 8, so you now get 3.8. And these two, okay, I don't know if the same thing happens to the rest of them, but this is your H and your I. It's just the same thing. It's just maybe turning Rubik's Cube this way or turning it this way, right? You're turning Rubik's Cube this way or this way. Are you turning it which numbers? So that is, now, does it work with the other numbers? It sure works with the other numbers, and it'll tell stories that connect other numbers up to a certain point. In this instance, maybe what ignites it is that it's 9 and 9 and it's over a 10 value. What happens to under a 10 value? So we went through the number 23, how it came back to number 41. We didn't do the minus, and what I wanted to show you is how it entiles here is where we take the 6 times 5, 30, and we minus the 11 instead of adding it equals to the 19. So now we have the 19 and the 29 that come together, and the same part that came together in the month of February that creates pi. That is the creation link to 48, which is the sun, S-O-N, sun, S-O-N, sun, Pluto, 4884, which mathematically creates 44, which mathematically creates 42 and 20, but I just want to leave out the 20 part, which is creation of the cycle. These three come together. Let's leave that out. You come to 44, create day, 4 by 4 and 4 plus 4 equals day and night, the 24 hours we live on this house planet. 2 times 4, 8. 2 plus 4, 6. This is the house cat planet. And the reason for that, if you add up the letters in house and planet, they both equal to 68 each. I don't know if I should put them together. My father's on the phone. I can't answer right now. Okay. So where was I? Yeah. I was working on this design over here, what the obligations were to create the number 4. And one of the obligations in the number 4 is I'm obligated to chop a block right off the side. See the whole square here? The whole square is missing, almost like a diamond block. See the way it looks offset? To see the way? Can you see the slope inside of this? There's a whole slope inside of here. I sometimes I can make it out, sometimes I can't. Anyways, I'm not sure if that's number 1 or H and I come together. I don't know. So this is just 2 pieces. So the full square is right here. See the full square separation here? But here there's no full square separation. If you notice, the full square separation is cut in between, right? I'm cutting in between 2 whole squares. I end up with a half and half square. What happens if I created another 4 going up over here? What if I created this 4? Wow, how do you do that? This is the upside down 4. Help me out. Help! So here's that slant in the front. Oh, don't I need the, wow, I can't do, okay, I need that, right? I need that. Okay. And then I would have to do that, 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 that. I did it. Yes. So this is an obligation design because this is the minimum size that I can create this. I've never done this before. And if I have, I have, but I don't remember ever doing it. So now on this side, I got to do that. Whoop, I got to do that. So if I did that, then I need to get over here. I need to come down here, go down here, come down here, come down here, go down here. And I'm going to do something I really don't want to do. Okay. I'm going to go very lightly. And I'm going to do that over here. So look at the design I automatically have through this. Do the Mayans have any other design that looks like this? Because this is an obligation design, not me who made number 4. I don't do a number 4. I do a number 1 and 2. I'm going to have to find out where number 4 came from by redesigning it. And look at that. We got a D and a D. So I can start to see some stuff, but I don't want to guess at anything. So you saw what happened when we came to 29 and 19, or did I lose you? That when I went into number 23, okay, it was the interior, the Venus, okay, beta inside Venus, right? When you say 29, what you're actually saying, let me speak to you for a second. When you say certain numbers, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. They can be referred to as the cube, be 1 through 6 on the cube. Also noting that when you have 1 through 6, it's already telling you about alpha beta creation, because adding 1 to 6 equals to a total of 21. So it's telling you about blackjack. It's telling you about the navy blue world. Y, B, and J, 2 and 10. It's a direct path to the stripes and the solids. It's a direct match to pull. This is where we put things. We put things in their perspective from the games they come from the math they create in the greatest high schools, elementary, kindergarten, the best schools ever created of mathematics, where we learned how to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Why and 10? Shows me it's the gateway, because the and sign is on the 7 over here. 11, 11, the bread is rising, and 12 is L, and she is coming. And 13, the bar mitzvah, from 14 to the sun. 15, the O, maybe the egg, but from Mars. 16 is the half-life. That is the reverse of the 5 spirits. 9 positions. 9 positions. The number 1 is found in the 5 position. Number 1 is found in the 5 position, a direct correlation to time, because 15 seconds 4 times equals to 25%, and that's the numeric value of Earth, Earth's heart, 25. Mars numbers creates Earth's numbers. One is based on percentage, one is based on time. Earth is based on percentage, Mars is based on time. 1 and 2. Yes, so that's the cube. So when we count 27, 28, 29, you also have to understand that we're counting the section of 1 through 9. Leaving that 7, 8, 9 are a void. 7 and 8 are voids of 1 and 2 expressed on the dice cube. I need water. I'm coming back. Give me a minute. Gonna make some hot water. Here, I made a little Happy Mother's Day. May's days. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, so we finished off with connecting 23 and 14 together. But did anybody notice anything in this?